Welcome to Comparative Politics, Section 2677. My name is Jonathan Parker. I'm the instructor for this course. First off, I'm making this video for people who will be registering late or people who missed the first day of class on the 18th of January. If you fit neither of those descriptions, you've heard me give this talk, click out of the video. You don't need to watch it. If however, you are a late registrant or you missed the first day of class, you need to see this. So everything we do, I'll put under course content. So you can see I've already got the first little bit up. The course syllabus is we need to look at. I'm excited. This is the first honors course I've taught, and this is the first time we've done comparative politics in the spring. So this will be an interesting experience. So since you guys are an honors course, I don't think I need to do this blow by blow. I think we can just cut to the chase. If you need to contact me, there's my email, jonathan.parker@icc.edu. All right, so I know this is a little silly, but this is a genuine problem that I have. People, for some reason, in the last 2 years have found my name difficult to spell. They'll do this, they'll do that, and then they'll get mad at me and come to me, usually with raised voices, and say, why have I not answered their email? I never got your email. It's on the Blackboard page. It's twice there on the syllabus. You have ample examples of my name spelled correctly. So I hope that isn't going to be a problem. My office, 216C. I do share it. These are my office hours. If I, for some reason, am not there, I do always, without fail, leave a note on the door saying where I've gone and when to expect me back. Other office hours by appointment. That's probably going to be a Zoom session in my home office, which is also the porch. Just, you need to let me know if you want to do that. If other office hours by appointment would work better for you. So before we really get started, I know we're in the middle of a transfer to Canvas, and I heard last semester, you know, how everybody has everything all over the place in terms of content, the other instructors. But for this class, we're only going to use Blackboard. Everything you ever need will be on, with the exception of the books, will be on Blackboard. So I'm not going to insult you and read the course description and the course level outcomes. These are the two books. These are correct. Make sure you have them. I will provide handouts when that is appropriate. All right. I try to respond to everything within a day. I do have an 8-month-old daughter. I do work multiple jobs. I do have a wife who I occasionally like to visit with. Don't kill me if it's 25 hours, 26, something like that. I do stay on top of it, but, you know, sometimes it's just nice to unplug for a minute. Submissions for assignments. I don't accept email. We turn nothing in over Blackboard. We turn nothing in over Blackboard. Let me repeat that. I want a hard copy that you print out, or if it's classwork that you write out. Those are the only two things that I'll accept, and your handwriting better be legible. I'm assuming, since we're on campus and this is a face-to-face class, I lost my train of thought for a minute. You know, you do have access to a printer in the library and all that. Everything must be a hard copy. I've gotten emails. I'm hoping in an honors class this isn't going to apply to you guys. I can't come to class because I need to study for a test I have later. I'll turn in my work next class. That was an email I got. You're not going to be turning anything in if I get something like that. You wouldn't talk to your boss that way at your job. Don't come at me with an excuse like that. Academic citation etiquette, you need to attribute work to its proper author or authors. All right, that is something that is very important. So I'm assuming most students, do transfer on to a four-year university, and even if you don't, it's good to say, this is not my idea, but so-and-so says this. Bibliography, this should be pretty standard, easybib.com. I've even taken the thinking out of it totally for you. So, bibliography, inline citations. General guideline here, if you have any doubts about whether something needs to be cited, please just create a citation for it. Don't take chances with your grade. I am actually very strict about that. Don't try to test it. All right, Wikipedia is not an academic resource. Wikipedia is not an academic resource. Please do not use Wikipedia. It will negatively impact your grade. The question you're going to ask me is, how will it negatively impact my grade? And my answer will be, please, let's not find out. Just avoid it. Don't use it. All right. Academic misconduct here, based on the severity of the offense. The instructor may recommend failure for an assignment or failure for the course. Multiple instances of academic misconduct could include sanctions up to dismissal from the college. I have had this issue every semester I've taught here. Again, I don't think I'll have it with you guys, being an honors course. The first time I catch you plagiarizing, I'll give you a 0 for whatever thing you've plagiarized from without the opportunity to redo it. And this includes major writing assignments. And people have tested me on this, and people have found out that I'm actually serious about this. The second time I catch you plagiarizing, I will fail you for the course. I hate to have to do that, but I've done it. Please don't make me do it this semester. I don't accept late work. However, just the standard caveat here, if you're sick, if there's a family emergency, if something happens, that is a good reason for you not to be in class. That's fine. Turn your work in the next time you come. Make sure you talk to me. Make sure you have proof of, what you said happened did happen. Pretty standard. I did get this as an email. I went to a Chris Brown concert last night. No, a student told me that, excuse me, not an email. I went to a Chris Brown concert last night. I did not take the late work. I had other homework to do. Again, not a good idea to tell a teacher that. I had other homework to do, so I chose not to do yours. You're not going to be turning in anything if I get an excuse like that, or Chris Brown is also not a valid excuse. Standard 10-point grading scale. Lecture discussion, primarily, I have a very Socratic method of teaching, so if you don't talk to me, it doesn't work. We don't, it's very boring if you're just listening to me for 75 minutes at a time, twice a week. You don't get as much out of it, but some people have elected to do that. So there'll normally be a PowerPoint. It is expected that you read the relevant country study. So in your book, Cases and Concepts in Comparative Politics and Integrated Approach. It's the big book. You have a big book, you have a little book. The little book we use too, but for different things. It is expected that you read the relevant country study. If we're covering Russia, for example, the Russia case study should be read in the book. I found last semester I had to explicitly state that. Other types of presentation styles might be incorporated later on, just depending on how we're doing and how much time we have. So video lectures, assignments, again, this is just based on it's based on nothing other than a guess on my part. So every attempt will be made to keep this a strictly face-to-face class. I don't want to go remote. I don't think you guys do either, or you wouldn't have signed up for a face-to-face class. We still can't rule out the possibility with Omicron going around that we may go back to remote learning at some point. I would keep the 11 to 12:15 time slot open all semester long. Again, I'm not basing this on anything that ICC has said or done. The ICC administration rather said or done. It's just a guess, something I put in to cover myself in case we do have to go remote. You know, if we're forced, and somebody's going to have to drag me out of the building if we're forced back to remote learning, video lectures and assignments will be posted on Blackboard. I'll do some Tuesdays and Thursdays asynchronously, but not many. We're gonna have Zoom meetings if we have to go remote again. So attendance. If we go remote, this goes out the window, and we do attendance a different way. But there'll be a big red binder in front of the room. All your names will be in the binder. You're expected to come up, just check your name off. Check the box next to your name just to show that you've been there. This semester I work at a couple institutions. As I think I've said, I have 10 unique classes that I have to prepare for. So 10 preps that I have to do every week. So am I going to remember if student A was in class on Tuesday when I'm looking at attendance on Saturday? That there's no chance in the world, unless you sign in, that I will remember or know that you have been there. This is also important for reporting purposes. All right. There's never attender deadlines. There's non-attender deadlines. Just come to class. Please, please, please. I've had to drop students for excessive absences. I don't want to repeat that. Come to class. I had a student last semester who I don't know why I wrote students, who didn't come to class for 2 weeks because they thought I had COVID. I don't know why. There was no indication of that. Please note that that's not an acceptable excuse to miss class. Not if you get it, but just, I thought Parker had it. That's not an acceptable excuse. You'll know if I need to cancel class. That'll be communicated to you in at least one way. An announcement, note on the door. If there's a doctor's appointment or something I have to go to, I'll tell you about it ahead of time. You'll know, you'll have heard from me that there's no class in some sort of way. That would be an unexcused absence, though. I thought Mr. Parker had COVID. Takeaway here, keep an open line of communication with me and you'll be just fine. You'll learn something from this class. You might even enjoy yourself. So the grade will be calculated as follows. Classwork and homework, at least, meaning expect probably more, 150 points. The Constitution assignment, which we'll talk about in a minute, 77 points in total. Test 1 will be 100 points. Don't worry about the test in this class. I'm more interested in you learning something than worrying about your grade. The tests, even, I do this for the regular sections as well. I'll do it for you guys too. The tests are take home. I'll give you at least 1 week's notice. I'll give you the test. You bring it back in a week is what I'm saying. So that it shouldn't be anything you're worrying about. I want you to come in. I want you to pay attention. I want to have a dialogue about comparative political systems. I don't want you worrying about the test grade. That defeats the whole purpose to me, or in my view, of education and of how I want to run a class. I don't want you worrying about grades. You come to class, you learn, you pay attention. The grade will take care of itself. So quiz, we'll have a quiz, 50 points. Attendance, 100 points. I explained that. The final, 20% of your grade. I'll explain that more when it happens. And as I said, I know the material is new to many of you, probably all of you. I'm more interested in you paying attention in class, participating in discussions, than worrying about the next test or quiz. And that's really the truth. We've gotten too worried about grades, I think, and less about learning. I want you to remember what I tell you and what I try to teach you anyway. I don't want, okay, here's the test, and now everything that we talked about the 6 or 7 weeks previous go out the window. I don't want that. I don't like that. So course content, I'll let you peruse this at your leisure. All right. The country constitutional and political behavioral analysis assignment outline. I think some of this is pretty self-explanatory. If you are a late registrant or missed the first day of class and you want me to explain this, I end up explaining this a couple times in class anyway, so I'll just let you look at this. You pick, there are 7 assignments. You pick what country you want and you stick with it. So if you do assignment 1 on Mexico, it's expected, and I do look, and I've had to correct people in the past, I do look that you do assignment 2 on Mexico, 3, 4, 5, and so on. There will be a term paper and a partner debate, and that I'm finishing the details for. I don't have anything to tell you about it that would be of interest at this point in time. I am looking forward to this class. I'm looking forward to working with you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. If you are, again, watching this because you missed the first day or you registered late, you need to come up to me at the next class and get a syllabus quiz off me. And that's it. That's where I'll leave it. I will see you hopefully by the 20th. All right. Bye.